Throughout my career, I've had various definition of what a product manager does. But regardless of the kind of product you manage, there are two elements that are always consistently constant: people and data. Think about it. Regardless of what you do as a product manager, you would come across data as a core driver for your decisions to build or to improve a feature, while you always come across people as your core stakeholders and even as your end users. So, is it not safe to define product management at its very core as data driven people management? Let me say that one more time: as data driven people management. Yes, as a good PM, you know you have to use data to make the decisions on what to build. But a rarely discussed part of product management is how you need to use human data to be able to manage your stakeholders, to have a good career, and even to get buy-in on what to build. So that's what we're going to focus on today on today's edition of PM Shots. So, as a PM, you literally sit in the middle of various stakeholders involved in making sure a product is built in a company. This could include engineers, designers, data analysts, business analysts, legals, customer service, compliance, the CPO, the CEO, the CTO. The list goes on and on and on. And everybody wants a bit of the product manager. You know what I mean? You've been there. But if any of these relationships go wrong, then your role as a product manager could come into question and you could struggle. So it's really important for you to learn how to use human emitted data to manage your stakeholders properly. Okay, so here are some pointers on how to do data driven human management on the side of stakeholders management as a product manager. Point number one: be genuinely interested in your stakeholders as human beings and not just as the titles they wear at work. People are people by the end of the day. They don't become something different after they leave work. So find out what they like as people. Do they have pets? Do they have children? What did they do over the weekend? And these are not just random questions you ask them. Be genuinely interested in them. People can tell when you're not and when you're just doing it for small talk. So if you go beyond what they are in the office and become genuinely interested what they are outside of the office, you're already building a better rapport. You're already building a better relationship with that stakeholder. And by the end of the day, you find out this would work to your advantage when you need something really done at work or when you need somebody on your side. So point number one: be genuinely interested in who they are outside of the office. Okay. Point number two: be a solution provider and try to meet the needs of your stakeholders within your product. Now, I know this sounds like kind of an obvious thing to do, but you'll be surprised how the prevailing teachings on how product managers are supposed to say no to stakeholders has overshadowed the desire for product managers to even become solution providers on all levels. Okay, so how do you say no but still provide value at the same time? Okay, first of all, you could say no, I'm not going to do this right now, but based on these priorities, this is where yours lies, and I would meet this need in due time. Okay, if you share your priorities with stakeholders and understand how what they need you to do and where it sits on the value chain of your product roadmap, then they'll be able to understand when you say no, knowing that in future you would solve the problem. Okay. Secondly, you could also say, "Oh no, I'm not the right PM to solve this problem, but I would find the right PM for you and send them your way." If you keep saying no this way, then you have positions yourself as a solution provider, even if you're not able to provide a solution at that point in time. Okay, but you've positioned yourself as a value provider, and stakeholders will be able to empathize with you more further down the line. It just makes your work a lot more easier. Okay, point number three. I really like this one. It's the divide and conquer strategy. I use this a lot, and I know the phrasing sounds a bit edgy, to divide and conquer, but think about it this way: before you go into a meeting with various stakeholders, for example your roadmap review, try and bring every stakeholder involved separately and discuss with them what you're about to talk about in your roadmap review and how it affects their desires and wants, and get to a consensus. So that way, when you gather everybody together, everybody's already well taken care of. All you're doing is just rehashing your roadmap, for example, and you can see there'll be less friction and pushback. I do it with engineers, I do it with senior stakeholders, and by the end of the day, you're taking everybody aside individually, making them feel valued, and presenting your view of a problem before you bring them all together. This always works. This makes you a better reader of people's emotions and data before you bring everybody in the room where it could get a bit conflicting. And finally, for this list, just be a kind person, be a nice person. That is you emitting out your own human data into the world, so to say. And people can read that data and react to you on the same level. And they could come back and be nice people too. I understand not everybody in the workplace is a nice person, but at least you will know at that point in time you are not the problem. But nobody likes a pompous, proud product manager, regardless of what you know. Speak to people in the language they can understand. Dumb it down for the non-technical stakeholders you have, and just be a genuinely empathy-driven, kind person. And this is the best form of data-driven stakeholder management out there. And if you practice this, then you will find yourself having stakeholders that really warm up to you and helping you move your product vision along. Okay. This is nowhere near a fully exhaustive list on how to do data-driven people management at work. But this is PMShots, and I need to keep this recording short, okay? So what I'll do, I'll leave some of my other thoughts in the description, and I'll also like to recommend a couple of books which you could read to help you become better people managers as a product manager, okay? Give me a second here. The first one is the best text by my own review on this topic ever, and it's called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dave Carnegie. And the second one is a new one which I just found, and it's called The Art of People by Dave Kerpin. Okay, so in summary, product management can be seen as data-driven people management because you have to deal with people on all sides of things, and to do that to the best of your abilities, you need to be able to learn how to read people and the data they emit, and just, you know what, be kind at work and become good product managers. Okay, till the next edition of PMShots, keep building impactful products and invite a friend, like, follow, do all the good stuff below, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.